Good morning. This is David Rutledge for my EDUC 730 class video project. I will be showing how to play a C scale with the right hand using the correct fingering. One couple of the prerequisites that will be needed for this activity will be a understanding of what the hardware of the keyboard deals with, and in terms of the facing of the keys. If you notice the keyboard has its keys, you should have actually a fundamental idea of what it means to go from C to C. There's always, if we play an official scale, generally we're talking about at least an octave. If I was going from C, I would go from one C to the next C, at least, to make that an official scale. But you know, as you play music, you can always also play parts of the scale, portions of it. It's just an element of music that is used when a person that's playing the keyboard or the piano, for example, would show their competence of understanding through the music that they produce. So let's look at the basics that is required for playing a scale. One of the important things is when we play the C major scale, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what that fingering should look like, just give you an analysis of what should be done as to successfully play it. So let's start by looking at the fingering patterns. Because you're playing any kind of keyboard instrument, there is a general finger pattern that is used, and I'm going to show on both sides, even though we're going to focus on the right hand. But let's look at the fingering for the right hand first, because that is going to be our area of focus. If you look at the picture that I've drawn, this is just a picture of the right hand. I guess I'll just show you the back side of my hand, really, because of the way I drew it. As you can see, there's a number associated for each finger. The thumb, then the second, the third, the fourth, and the fifth. So the thumb, we work from this direction over, is the first position, the second position, the third position, the fourth position, and the fifth position. So anytime that we look at, especially when we're looking at sheet music, we want to consider our fingering as we analyze that music before attempting to play it. On the left hand as well, we also have a similar pattern, 1 through 5 for each of the fingers. If I show this side of my hand, you'll see how it lines up with that picture that I've drawn out. And we have 1, we have 2, 3, 4, and 5. So if I wanted to kind of test out to see for myself, if I have understanding, we can just simply do it with the right hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. With the left hand, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that is really all we need to begin our activity. So what I'm going to do is actually show how that fingering placement will look. Remember, we're only focusing on the right hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shift the camera over so that you can see what is happening as I do this with my hands. Keep in mind one thing as well. Remember, as a prerequisite, I mentioned about you already having a pre-knowledge of what it means to move from a key position to the next position. C to C. There are 8 notes between the first C that's going to start off our C major. I'm going to use the middle C of this keyboard, and we're going to go up to the next C, which will be 8 keys away from the original starting point. So that will incorporate our C major, officially our C major scale. There will have to be some modification to our fingering as we move through the scale to play it. I'm going to show you how it looks just from a playing perspective. If just a little modification here at the keyboard, you'll see hopefully this will stay in place for us. I should have got a second person to kind of monitor this, but that's fine for the purpose of this lesson. So let's look at it. This will be my middle C. I'm going from this C to this C. But of course, we don't have but 5 fingers, so that means that we'll have to do some sort of a modification. But this is what it will sound like. And I'll do it again, even from a little closer perspective. Okay, but if I wanted to go beyond those 8 notes, then it's a matter, again, of shifting fingers. But let's just keep it simple. We'll show it just from this angle. Okay. Now, if you are practicing this, you still got to make that 1-to-1 correspondence between the fingers and what is happening. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remember our finger? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, to play those 8 notes in succession, we have to make a shift in our fingers as we move up this keyboard to do this. We could actually play the scale all the way across. I can start way down here at the C down at the bottom level and play it all the way across. Okay, but my key objective is to have you to be able to just at least play it from C to the next C, which would be 8 notes. Because we understand it from that micro perspective, then you'll be able to expand it out. And then as you play different sheet music, you'll kind of see, because there's more than just the C major scale. This is just one of the many scales that you would have to learn how to play if you want it to be really successful at playing on the keyboard. So again, I'm going to show the fingering here. We have 5 fingers. To play those 8 notes, we have to make that modification. So if you look at my hand, I have 1, 2, 3. Those are the lead off from my playing. I'm just going to pick a C here. That's at the 3rd. Now, to make this a complete C major scale, I would need to take that thumb and shift over this way. Okay, and we get the other notes in. So we want to go back. 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Now, to practice this, I would recommend that you start off just from C to C, doing just that. Once you have a clear picture of what the fingering looks like, then you should be able to just do it repetitively, because really piano playing, when you play anything on the keyboard, there is really a repetitive type build up. I could say rote memory, but yes, it's because you're constantly playing something. But as you get a little bit more advanced with it, you will start to kind of want to venture out and modify and do different things. The C major scale is just an element of use, and it can lend itself to multiple things on the keyboard. I hope this lesson was a good one for you, and I hope you will try it. On the recommended practice, I would recommend you spend at least 15 minutes, maybe a day. If you have a big busy schedule, maybe you're the adult player, you may want to just segment yourself at least 10 to 15 minutes if you have access to a keyboard. It would be recommended that you have access to one and be consistent in actually doing it. It will probably take you not long, depending on how much you put into it, to master the activity, but it's very easy to follow. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. All right, good day.